That's ready. Share my screen. Okay, so may I know who have done the tutorial questions 21 and 24? Raise your hand, please. Except some questions, if you're not so sure, then it's okay. But you have done some of the questions from 21 and 24. Can you raise your hand, please? Six students. 6 students means only 1/3. Okay, it's okay. Put your hands down. Thank you. Okay, put your hands down. Thank you. Okay, 1/3 of the students done. Finish question 24, done half. To be frank, questions 21, there are quite a lot of calculation. Okay, no doubt on that. Okay, so today we will discuss about it. Okay. And for those already done, have you checked the answer? Or those have partially done, can you see you already put all the answers for questions 21 in the chat box, right? Okay, in the chat box. So, yeah, in case, yeah, we'll leave it in the chat box. So you can, if you're already done, you can check, or you can just copy down, okay, or screenshot. So in case some of the questions I don't think I can discuss all, so then maybe you can actually check your answer later, okay? Okay, so is there any request to discuss any of the questions for questions 21? Any requests? Else I will select the question. Any request for any particular questions to be discussed for questions 21? You can put it in the chat box.
Yes.
Yes.
For B, 21B, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the answer 150 degrees and 330 degrees?
150 and 300. Okay, let me check again. You mean questions 21B, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, questions 21B. Okay, let us have a look. Wait. Okay, questions 21B. Let me double check again. Questions 21B. Wait, let me confirm again. 20. Oh, yeah. Yes, you are right. Questions 21B is, I just confirmed, okay? Maybe the time when I put it in the chat box, I put it wrong. So yes, it should be 330. Okay, Sutesh, you are right. So I check again, it's quadrant 2 and 4. Yep. So let me correct it in the chat box. B. One values of 3 is missing. Okay. Okay, so I just updated my answers in the questions 21B. Okay, please check again. Okay, so no students say anything about the questions. Let me see which questions that I would like to carry out the discussion. And some of the questions I would like the students to actually show me the solution. I will pick some of the questions first. Okay. Okay. Like A and B is very straightforward. Okay. Okay, I think so far we haven't done the questions which is involve some things like C. Okay, let us have a look with the question C. C and D are similar. Okay, so for question C, right? Okay, 21C. It's a 2 cos square x. Okay, so first we need to solve for the cos, and please take note, when you solve for the cos square to find the answer for the cos, so you will get 2 possible answers, which is a plus minus. Okay, so that means for 2 cos square equals to 1. When we write as cos square, it will be 1 over 2. So when we find cos x, it will be square root of 1 over 2, right? Okay, square root of 1 over 2. Okay, so that means we will get plus minus 1 over square root of 2, right? Plus minus 1 over square root of 2. Okay, so now can you see they involve positive sign and also negative sign, right? When we talk about the quadrant, okay, positive, negative, so remember first quadrant will be all positive. Okay, hold on. First, second, third, fourth. Okay, so first quadrant all positive. Then second quadrant sign is positive, then tangent, then cosine, okay? Okay, so this is the positive one, okay? Then when we have cos is positive for the first and fourth quadrant, negative for second and third. That means when we include both signs, means you have first all the quadrants. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, all the 4 quadrants. Okay, so before that, let's find the basic angle. Okay, so that means let's find the arc cos, okay, of the 1 over square root of 2. Okay, so when you find 1 over square root of 2, what is the answers? Okay, for arc cos of 1 square root of 2. Okay, Excel. What is the answer? Arc cos of 1 square root of 2. Can you calculate for me? Excel. Okay, 45. Yes, 45 degree. So since now we have the answers for all the 4 quadrants. Okay, so this is 45. Okay, then 45 here, 45 here, 45 here. Okay, so for the first quadrant, okay, now we need to find the values of the x. Okay, just now I just find the arc cos. Okay, so the x should be 4 values, 4 answers in the 4 quadrant. First quadrant will be 45 degree. Second quadrant, we have to take 180 minus 45. And then third quadrant will be 180 plus 45. And the last quadrant will be 360 minus 45. Okay, so the answers will be 45 degree, 135, then 225, and the last one is 315. Okay, so that's how we solve it, right? Okay. So do you realize D is actually a similar question? Even come to E. Okay, so okay, students, let's try D. I give you 5 minutes. Okay, for those haven't do the questions, I give you 5 minutes. So later I will ask the students to post a solution. It's something similar to C. Do it now, huh? For other students may done part of the questions of 21. Okay, Kai Feng already done. So for
excuse me, Miss.
yes.
I would like to ask about question F. I think the answer might. I mean, I got a different answer for F lah.
Oh, you got a different answer for F, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the 160 is 0.53.
Oh, 0.53, 0.5.
Then my other two answers also different. Only my 19.47 is correct.
47. Wait, Then okay. So your sine x, is it one of the answer is 1/3, the other one is -2/5?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Then so this one is correct. Arc sine. Wait, 23.58. Do you using 2 decimal places?
Yes, Miss.
23.58. Okay, I get 23.58. Because arc sine of 2/5 is 23.58.
Miss, I got 66.42 for 2/5. I'm using degree.
I'm using degree also. Arc sine 2/5. Yeah, I'm using degree also. Wait, calculate again.
Isn't it not such a sign, Miss?
Arc sine 23.58, correct? How about others can help me to verify? I'm pressing for a few times degree. I change to degree and it's calculated for arc sine. So I get 23.58. So maybe I need other students.
Oh wait, never mind, Miss. I did it wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay, so students already done for questions D, right? Okay, can I pick a students to show me the answer? David. Okay. But David have missed quite a numbers of classes. I'm not sure. Okay. So Benny, can you post your solution? Benny, have you done? Can you post your solution?
Okay, Miss, I've done it, but then I have a problem with my calculator, so I can't get the final answer.
Oh, okay. Then, okay, Ilalam.
Okay, Miss.
You post your solution, huh? Okay. Then, okay, so next one is a secant square. Okay. For secant square, may I know who can post a solution? Those haven't done, please try this question. How about secant square? May I know who have a solution that can post it for me?
I can post, Miss. E, right?
E. Sutesh, is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Please. Thank you.
E. Welcome.
Okay, so let's have a look with the answers from Ilalam. So, okay, that is for D, 30, 150, 210, 330. Okay. Let me have a look for D. Okay. Okay, so when we have a look with the solution from Ilalam, so 4 sine square x plus 5 equals to 6. So 6 minus 5, then divided by 4. So 1 over 4. Okay, sine square x is 1 over 4. Okay, so sine square x is actually 1 over 4. So sine x is 1 over square root of 4, which is 1 over 2. Okay, so which is 1 over 2. Okay, so this one is 1 over 2. Okay, so arc sine of 1 over 2 is 30, correct? Okay, then because of plus minus, okay, I think Ilalam, you need to write sine x equals to plus minus of 1 over 2. Okay, you need to give plus minus 1 over 2 so that your answer will be in quadrant number 1 to quadrant number 4. Okay, that's why you have 4 answers here because the answers is for all the 4 quadrants. Okay, okay, understand. So you have to write plus minus. Okay, plus minus 1 over 2. Okay, so next one is question E. Questions E is secant square. Okay, so how you solve? This is similar, but we deal with secant. Okay, F still have a problems. Let me check again later. Okay, so let me settle the E, Samuel. Okay, then we come to F. So let me see whether is my arrow. Okay, so then answers from Sutesh. Okay. Okay, so this is a solution from Sutesh. Okay, so first, need to solve for secant square x first, which is 4 over 3. Okay. Okay, he used a bit different way to solve it, but okay, then 1 over secant square is also correct. So cos square x equals to 3 over 4, correct. Okay, I think we don't need to solve in this way. So it's actually more complicated. Okay, so but I'm not saying that it's wrong. Okay, it's just make it more complicated. Okay, so we can actually solve it in this way. So let's look at the alternate way here. Okay, so that means secant square x is actually equals to 4 over 3. Okay, this is for your part E. Okay, then secant x is actually equals to square root of 4 over 3. So which is 2 over square root of 3. So plus minus, okay, plus minus. So that means the answer will be from quadrant number 1 to number 4. Okay, then after that, we need to find the arcsecond, right? Okay, so I just ignore the negative sign first. So arcsecond of 2 over square root of 3. Okay, so it's actually equals to arc cos of 1 over 2 over square root of 3. Okay, so which is arc cos of square root of 3 over 2. Okay, then we can find the answer. So arc cos of square root of 3 over 2 is actually 30 degrees. Then we can proceed. Okay, we can proceed to find the answer. So, okay, then our x will be equals to first quadrant is 30, second quadrant is 180 minus 30. Then third quadrant will be 180 plus 30. And fourth quadrant will be 360 minus 30. Okay, so we have 30, 150, 210, and 330 degrees. Okay, so so that's actually from here, right? Okay, I was just trying to say that you can skip this one using the identity. So because this part will make it a bit more complicated. Okay.
Okay, miss.
Miss, I would like to ask, why not just cos square x equals 3 over 4? Once you get that, why not just change it to cos x equals positive minus square root 3 over 4 and just find it like how you do C and D?
Okay. Oh, okay. So are you trying to say that from here, just write it as this, is it? Who is asking? Samuel, is it?
Yeah, so cos square x just equals 3 over 4.
Cos square x. Oh, you are
Equal.
trying to say that from second square x, we write as 1 over cos square, is it?
Yeah, then after that, cos square x becomes 3 over 4. Then
Yeah,
after that,
cos square x equals to 3 over 4, right?
Then
Yeah.
after that, I change it to cos x equals square root, the square root.
Can. So I think the step is almost the same also. Okay, the step is almost the same. So you want to change from here, the second square, you change to 1 over cos square, also can. Okay, so if you want to find arcsecond, then if you understand very well, arcsecond is actually equals to arc cos of 1 over of the 2 over square root of 3 is also, then you can solve in this way. So to me, either this way or this way is almost the same steps. Okay, but if let's say you want to include this one, definitely is too many steps. Okay, which we don't need this step. Okay, no doubt, of course, it is not wrong. Okay, it's still correct. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed to F. Okay, since just now there is some doubts for questions F, let me check again questions F. So let me verify whether I have I did the mistakes or not. Okay, F. Okay, so for questions F, right? Okay. Okay, so when we involve sine square x and sine, can you see all are in sine? Then what we need to do is we need to factorize it. Can you see this is some things like 5x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0. So you need to factorize it, okay? So when you factorize it, then you can able to get 3 sine x minus 1, 5 sine x plus 2. Okay, then we will get the answer for the first bracket. Sine x equals to 1 over 3. Second bracket will be sine x equals to negative 2 over 5. Okay, so Let's look at the first one. Sine x equals to 1 over 3 is a positive. So positive sign will be from in the quadrant number 1 and number 2. Okay, so quadrant 1 and 2. So for the next one, sine negative 2 over 5 then will be in the quadrant 3 and 4. Right? Okay, so for the first one, so add sine of 1 over 3, I get 19.47. Okay, so 19.47. Okay, so do you get it right so far? Okay, 19.47. Am I correct?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Okay, so since this is in the first and second quadrant, so that means this is 19.47. This is 19.47. So the x will be 19.47 for the first quadrant. Second quadrant will be 118 minus 19.47. Okay, 180 minus 19.47. Okay. 160.53. Okay, so I think this is the part you say is slightly different, right? Yeah, you are right. 5.3. Okay. Okay, then for the second one, 2 over 5. Okay, so for sine x equals to negative 2 over 5, let's find add sine of 2 over 5. Okay, so add sine of 2 over 5 is 23.58. Right, okay. Then is in the third and fourth quadrant. So this is 23.58. This is 23.58. So x will be 180 plus 23.58. Then 360 minus 23.58. Okay, so which is 203.58. Then minus will be 336.42. Right? Okay, so now is it my answers already tally with your answer?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, okay, so I think this is the one that is different, right? Okay, let me change it in the chat box, else later you'll get very confused. Okay, then I will answer the questions from.
Hi, Miss.
Yes.
My I, right? I got 52.96 instead of 52.94.
Wait, I.
Yeah, 21I.
You get. Okay, you get 52 point
52.96.
instead of 94.
Yeah.
I. Let me see whether I'll be typing error. I 52.94. Okay, this one may be due to the rounding error because these questions you can't able to solve using factorization, but you have to solve using the quadratic formula. So because my answers here I base on could be the rounding error, okay, but doesn't matter. I think this one I will put in the discussion, okay, because this one is not using factorization to solve it, okay. Then later maybe you can check again, Cheng Hao.
Okay. And my J also, Miss. J also different.
Yeah, is it slightly different or very different?
Very different.
Okay. Then
28. Yeah, mine is 28.03. Your one is 28.35.
okay, then we will go through I and J. Okay.
Okay.
Check box so I can remember. Okay, so I and J for my recorder before I forget. Okay, now questions F settle and then answer questions from Saad. How we do the factorization? Actually, Samuel is helping me to answer. He say, imagine sine x is x and sine square x is x squared. It's actually correct, okay? So, okay. That means for this question is 15x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0, right? Okay. So you imagine the x is actually the sine x. So you can try to factorize 15x squared plus x minus 2. Then for the x, you just replace it as a sine. Okay. And I believe you should have learned about factorization, how to solve the what's that, the quadratic function during the EMTS class, right? Okay, so how you factorize for 15x squared plus x minus 2? This one can also solve by using calculator, right? Okay, so for 15, we can take 3 times 5, 3x times 5x, right? Then for the 2 is a negative 2 can be 1 times negative 2 or negative 1 times 2, right? So you need to pick the right one so that, so normally we put it in this way. Okay, normally we put in this way, right? 3x times 5x is giving us a 15x squared. So this one giving us the minus 2. Okay, when we have a cross multiplication, we are going to have the answer for the x. 3x times 2 is a 6x. Then 5x times minus 1 is a negative 5x. So 6x minus 5x, can we able to get x? If yes, then that means our factorization is correct. So our answer will be 3x minus 1, 5x plus 2. That's how we get the answer, okay? For your recap, if you can't remember how to do factorization, please you refer back to some online sources or maybe from your previous MTS class, okay? Saad, is that okay? Okay, so now...
Excuse me, Miss.
Yes?
Miss, for the first part, can I use a quadratic equation by my calculator to find the two x's and then continue?
You mean you using calculator to get the answer for sine x, is it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think
Can I
if
do
let's
that
say you
right now?
can, if you can use calculator, okay, because normally I'm not using calculator to do factorization, so I'm not sure what do you get from your calculator. So, but I remember for my students when they're using calculator, they can able to write this out. Can I have students to help me to verify this? By using calculator, can you able to write this answer?
Yes, miss. You can like insert the A, B, C, and then they'll find the figures for you.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly, Miss.
so factorization can get, right? And they can also give you the final answer?
Yeah.
Actually, they just straight away give you the final answer for mine.
Oh,
Then
so,
I just adjust and put it, show the factorizing steps.
oh, okay. Okay. Okay, of course, if you're using calculator, you can get this answer. But just for your information, of course, you can solve it. But for your information in the assessment, the solving part may carry some marks. It won't be a lot, okay? But it may carry some marks. Okay?
Okay, Miss, thank you.
Okay, then What else? Okay, F done. Okay, later we'll check I and J. Let me have a look with G. Okay, G, just factorize it as usual. Can I have any students to give me the solution for G and H? Any other volunteer? Just now is Sutesh. I know some students already done. For G, can I have students to give me the solution?
Miss, I can give G. I have only done G.
Okay, you done G. Who is talking just now? Samuel, is it?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, Samuel, please. Okay, give the answer for G. Saad asked me to solve L. Okay. So solving I, solving J, solving L. Okay. How about H? Any other students can help me to pose a solution for H?
Yeah, Miss, I can give the solution for H.
You are?
Cheng Hao.
Cheng Hao. Okay, thank you. Please. Okay, so then I just now have some things to clarify about I. G and H. Okay, G from Samuel. Okay, so let's have a look with the solution for G, okay, from Samuel. Okay, so this one, we have tangent square and the tangent, right? Okay, so when we want to factorize it, we have to make sure all are the same trigo, right? So both are tangents, so we can factorize it. It's something like 8x squared plus 2x. Okay, of course, we need to shift 15 to the left. So minus 15 equals to 0. Okay, so this step is correct. Okay, then you need to factorize it. So we get 4 tangent x minus 5, 2 tangent x plus 3. Okay, correct. Okay, then tangent x equals to 5 over 4, tangent x equals to minus 3 over 2, correct? Then arctangent 5 over 4 is 51.34, correct? Arctangent of 3 over 2 is 56.31, correct as well. Okay, then positive of the tangent, okay, so again, okay, all science teacher are crazy. Okay, so positive for tangent, that means in the first and third quadrant. Okay, so for this one, first and third quadrant. Okay, then for the negative will be second and fourth quadrant. So this one, second and fourth quadrant. Okay, so for the first quadrant, 51.34. For the third quadrant will be 180 plus 51.34. So we get 231.34. 6, 3, 4, correct? Okay. Then second quadrant will be taking 180 minus 56.31. So you get 123.69. Yep, correct. Okay. Then fourth quadrant, this answer will be 360 minus 56.31. So 303.69, also correct. Okay. Yeah, for those are doing now or haven't finished the questions, you can have a look with the solution. This solution is correct. Okay, so okay, Cheng Hao, how about your solution?
Yeah, miss. Now sending, now sending.
Okay, can. Okay, so while waiting for the solution for H, okay, let's have a look with question I first. Okay, so for these questions, right, okay, the problem right here, we cannot factorize because this is tangent, this is secant. Okay, so we can't just factorize with tangent and the other one is secant. Okay, then we need to change it to the same trigonometric, but which one to change? Should we replace secant or should we replace with the tangent square? Okay, so the answer is we are supposed to replace with the tangent square because we have trigonometric identities which is involve secant square and tangent square. All right, secant square and tangent square. So which is this one, okay? One tangent square is actually equals to secant square. Okay, so we're using these identities to actually solve it. So from here, right, okay, that means tangent square A is equals to secant square A minus 1. Okay, so that means I just replace this one as secant square A minus 1. Okay, so that means 16 secant X minus 2 equals to 14 times secant square X minus 1. Okay, 14 times secant square X minus 1, then we rearrange it. Okay, so we have 14 secant square X minus 16 secant X. So this one minus 14 plus 2 minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, so then what you can do is, can you see all the coefficient can be cancelling down with 2, so we can write as 7 secant square X minus 8 secant X minus 6 equals to 0. Then we just factorize it. But unfortunately, this one can't be factorized. Then we have to solve using the quadratic formula. So secant X equals to minus B, which is minus negative 8, plus minus B squared, that means minus 8 squared, minus 4a, which is 7, c, which is negative 6, divided by 2a. So the a is 7. Okay, so let's solve this. Okay, and you get square root of 232 divided by 14. So I get the answer as two answers here. 1.6594. The others one will be 0.5165. Okay, I correct to 4 decimal places. Okay, if you correct to 2 decimal places, then you only find the answer for X, then maybe your answer will be slightly different. So if the answer is slightly different, then it's fine. Okay, it's just a rounding error, doesn't matter. Okay, negative 0.5165. Okay, okay, so please take note, if let's say due to rounding error, doesn't matter. Okay, so check your solution. Okay, now So let's start with secant x equals to 1.6594. Okay, so when we solve for this, right? Okay, add secant of 1.6594 is actually at cos of 1 over 1.6594. Okay, so you will get the answers as 52.94. Okay, 52.94. Then since this is positive secant, that means it's 1 over cos, right? So cos is positive in the first and fourth quadrant. Okay, first and fourth quadrant. So that means x equals to 52.94, the first quadrant. And then fourth quadrant will be 360 minus 52.94. Okay, then I get 52.94. Then 360 minus 52.94, 307.06. Okay, so for those saying that the answer is slightly different, you can check my solution. It could be just a rounding error. Huh? Okay, then how about the others one? Okay, the others one is for secant x that is equals to negative 0.5165. Okay, so if you try to look for 0.5165, okay, and it is equals to arc cos of 1 over 0.5165. So what happened here? For negative 0.5165, can you able to get the answer? If you calculate in calculator, yes or no? What is showing in your calculator? No, you can't find, right? Maths error, yes, okay. Because the values is outside of the range already, okay. So it's not possible to have secant x to have a value of negative 0.5165. So for this case, there's no solution. So no solution for this one. Okay, no solution for this one. Huh? Okay, so if no solution, we just ignore it. So our answers is only 2. Okay, this is the 1. Okay. Okay, now back to the answers from Cheng Hao. Cheng Hao, your image, wait, your image can't open. Do you using your handphone, the team apps in your handphone? So if you're using the team apps in your handphone, so you just press the one taking the photo, then you just snap and send. But I don't know why your image can't open.
Oh no, miss. I take photo, then I didn't use from the team apps, that's why. I try again.
Okay, guys. Because I will always ask you to share your solution in the team. So it's easier that you. I'm not sure if let's say you don't have a team in your handphone, please have it. Okay, if you have a Teams in your handphone, right? So in the chat box, you can see there's beside the chat box, you can see the camera. Okay, then you press that, then you can immediately take photo and then post it. So very fast, so you can post anything in seconds. Okay, so that is the easier way. Okay, don't upload. Also, some students, they actually upload the file. That also take time because maybe you need to take photo, then upload. Okay, but with the chatbot, it's something like using your WhatsApp. Okay, chat. So you just press the camera, then you just take the photo. Okay, okay, doesn't matter. Then maybe yep, is coming. So very fast, right?
Okay, Miss, send already.
Yeah, I got it already.
Okay.
Wow, quite long, huh? Okay, so let's have a look with the H. Okay, so hopefully you can see it. Okay, try to enlarge a bit. Okay, so 12 sine square x minus 6 cos x. So for this case, we are replacing the sine square x because they are different, right? They are sine, they are cos, you can't factorize. So as we know, there is a common trigonometric identity, sine x plus cos square x equals to 1. So from here, we can replace sine square x as 1 minus cos square x. Okay, so this part is correct. Then we just need to simplify it. So when we simplify it, we get, okay, let me see. Okay, 12 cos square x plus cos x minus 6, correct? Then we can factorize it. Okay, so Cheng Hao is actually put it in the x. So maybe he think like that would be easier for him to do the factorization. Okay, so after he factorize it, he replace back with the cos. So cos x is actually, this part is correct. Cos x is 2 over 3. And the other one is negative 3 over 4. Okay, both of these are correct. Then he get the arc cos 2 over 3, which is 48.19 is also correct. And cos positive is actually in the first and fourth quadrant. Okay, so this is in the first and fourth quadrant. Okay, first and fourth quadrant. So first quadrant is 48.19. Fourth quadrant will be 360 minus 48.19. So 311.81, correct. Okay, so this one correct. Then for cos x equals to negative 3 over 4. So we calculate arc cos of 3 over 4. Ignore the sign first. Okay, so we get 41.41, correct. So negative of the cos is actually in the second and third quadrant. Second and third quadrant. Okay, so second quadrant means 180 minus 41.41. So you get 138.59, correct. And third quadrant will be 180 plus 41.41. So 221.41, yes, correct. Okay. So, okay, thanks for sharing. It's a correct answer, solution. Okay, so I also done, G and H done, or almost 3:30 already. Time flies, very fast. Okay. Yeah, just now there's a request to discuss L. Okay, GHI is already done. Just now I say I need to clarify for J, then a discussion for L. Can, okay. So J, then later will be L. Someone asked about L. Saad, I think Saad asked about L. Okay, let's have a look with the J. Okay, J, we have cos square x minus 7 sine x again. So because it is different, right, we can't factorize it. And we're using this identity. So cos square x equals to 1 minus sine square. Okay, then we replace cos square x 1 minus sine square, right? So I will skip some of the steps. So we need to simplify this, right? So simplify this and I get 3 sine square x plus 7 sine x minus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so again, this one can't be factorized, so you need to use the quadratic formula. Okay, so minus b, which is 7, plus minus b squared, 7 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 4 divided by 2a, which is 3. Okay, so okay, then you get two possible answers, negative 2.8081 or 0.4748. Okay, let me confirm this one because you say your answer is slightly different. Square root of 97 0.4748. Okay, correct. Then the others one, negative 2.8081. Okay, correct. Both are the same. Okay, then we will proceed. Okay, and there's no solution for sine x equals to negative 2.8081. Okay, no solution for sine x equals to negative 2.8081. Okay, because sine x is actually the value between negative 1 to 1. Okay, so there's no solution. It's already outside of the range. Okay, then so you can just ignore this one. Then we can just proceed for the others one. Okay, so the others one is the for sine x equals to 0.4748. Add sine of 0.4748, you get 28.35, right? Okay, then since this is positive, sine positive is in which quadrant? Can I have a student to tell me? Okay, Man Heng, which quadrant for x positive? Man Heng? Which quadrant? Man Heng, are you here? Not sure? Okay. Man Heng, can you still remember this one? How you remember? All science teachers are crazy. So I say this is easy to memorize. All science teachers are crazy. So first quadrant all positive. Second quadrant sign is positive. So first and second quadrant sign is positive. Man Heng, can you understand now? Okay, Man Heng, you have to remember this chart. No, because just now when we find the answer, sine x 0.4748. So this is positive, right? So we need to know where is the sine x, right? In which quadrant? So since it is positive, positive means it's in the first and second quadrant. First quadrant means all positive, second quadrant sign is positive. So now we are referring to sign. So when we say all positive means what? Sine is positive, tangent positive, cosine is positive. Right? I'm asking which quadrant is the sign it is positive. You get what I'm trying to tell you? So first one and also second one. First quadrant and second quadrant. First quadrant all positive. Second quadrant, sign positive only. So now it's deal with sign. So which is first and second quadrant. Okay, Manheng? Okay, now, so when we have first and second quadrant, right? Okay, first and second quadrant. So first means this is 28.35. Second quadrant, here is 28.35. Okay, so for the first quadrant, this is the angle. For the second quadrant, that means it's come to here, right? Okay, so now, Manheng, can you tell me, what is the answer for first quadrant? And then I want the answer for second quadrant. What is the answer for first quadrant? Okay, Manheng, can you see for first quadrant, right? Okay, when we calculate for the positive angle, so 28.35 is here. So remember, as I say, we measure the angle from positive x-axis. So for the first quadrant, your angle is 28.35. Okay, then for the second quadrant, okay, so if we measure from positive, second is 151.65. How you get 151.65? How you get 151.65? 180 minus 28.35. Okay, correct. Okay, yep, you are right. Okay, so please take note about the quadrant, which one is positive and so on. Okay, if you still have questions, you can ask me. Okay, we're already done for this one. I almost done all the question. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, one more questions for L. Okay, before we have a break. Today, if we can't do the revision, then maybe it will be tomorrow. Okay, so one more questions for the L. So because just now Saad asked about L. Okay, actually questions L is very straightforward because they tell you arc cos negative, arc cos of negative 0.5316 is equals to X. Okay, but how's the solution, right? Okay, so then Saad, can you tell me for negative, which quadrant for cos negative? Which quadrant for cos negative? Saad? Saad, are you here? Which quadrant is the cos negative? Saad, are you here? Okay, so which quadrant is the cos negative? Because here is negative, you need to know which quadrant. Which quadrant is the cos negative? Second and third, yes, correct. second and third quadrant. Okay, you are right. So when we want to find the basic angle, so we just ignore the sign first. So we just take 0.5316 and Saad, can you able to get the angle 0.5316? What is the angle? $57.886. Okay, let's say we take two decimal places. 57.89. We take two decimal places, 57.89. So second quadrant, that means here, 57.89. Then here is also for the third quadrant, 57.89, right? Okay, so for the first quadrant will be from here to here. Then second quadrant will be from here to here. Third quadrant will be from here to here, right? Okay. So that means what is your x, right? Your x will be, the second quadrant means you have to take 180 minus 57.89. Okay. Then for the third quadrant will be 180 plus 57.89. Okay, then we managed to get the answer. Yes, the first one is 122.11 and the second one will be 237.89. So can you understand, Saad? Okay, okay, so let me give you a short break, okay? Then after that, okay, then good, okay. Then after that, we will discuss questions 24. Okay, we'll discuss one more questions 24. Okay. So I will give you a 10 minutes break. Okay. Okay, 10 minutes break. Hi students, let's continue. Okay, let me take the attendance first. T4 2:30 2 hours. Okay, students, take your attendance. Two absent. Benny is not here, is it? Benny is here. Okay, yeah, okay, all students are here. David, because previously you have missed many classes, so maybe you can let me know what happened. Okay, maybe you can put in the personal chat. Okay, you don't need to put it in the team. So can I know what happened? Okay, and I hope that the coming classes you are coming. Okay, it's not only for today class. So David, do you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can I get your response? David, can you communicate with me in the personal chat? David? Okay. Okay, thanks, David. Okay, now let's continue with our class for the questions 24. Okay, so students, do you have any specific, which questions you want me to discuss? Okay, for 24. Any specific questions you want me to discuss? Okay, when come to the questions about proving, okay, prove the following trigonometric identities, right? Normally students will ask, okay, they wonder which identity to use, okay? So because sometimes they use the identities, but it can't able to get to the answer. So when we do the questions about proving for trigonometric identities, it's normal that you will not get it right for the first attempt. Okay, it's normal that you will not get it right for the first attempt. So sometimes you may need to have a few attempts until you can get the correct answer. So maybe for these identities, when you fill in, you can't able to get, you may need to try another one. Okay, but of course, after practice for a few times, right, then you are getting better and better. Okay, so you may able to get it right for the first time because from the experience of solving it. By looking at the other side, you know what are the identities you should use to actually reach to the answer. Okay, so that's my opinion. Okay. Okay, so if you don't have any specific questions that you want me to discuss, some of it is quite simple. Like A is actually quite simple. So maybe I just leave it. Maybe I will just pick some of the questions and discuss. Okay. So unless you have specific questions that you want to ask. Okay, let me show for part D, C, okay? So question C, you involve 1 minus cos 2 theta, then cos square theta equals to tangent square theta. Okay, so let's have a look with the, okay? So when we want to proving this, so normally we will, can you see the one at the left? We have more things at the left, and at the right hand side, we only have tangent square theta. If you want to start from tangent square and prove become 1 minus cos 2 theta over cos square, that is harder. So for this case, we will try using start from left hand side, okay? But come to left hand side, you have a 2 theta. What you prove is actually in theta. So definitely you don't need the trigonometry in the 2 theta, you need it in theta. Then you can check the identities, okay, for cos 2 theta. So the double angle formula, okay, when come to double angle formula, right, for cos 2 theta, they are 3 formulas, okay? So which one we need to pick? Okay, cos 2 theta, we have a few, right? Okay, so cos square theta minus sine square, 1 minus 2 sine square, and 2 cos square theta. Okay, so as I say, if you really totally have no idea, you may need to try one of it, and then if cannot, then you may need to use another one. Okay, so can you see right hand side, we need to get tangent, right? So to get the tangent, as we know, sine over cos will be tangent. So by looking at here, okay, which one is having the sine? So the first two, we're having the sine, right? We're having the sine. So we may try to use the first two instead of the third one. So if we try to use on the first one, okay, cos square minus sine square. So from the left-hand side, left-hand side, so we have 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by cos square theta, okay? So it will be equals to 1 minus cos 2 theta. Let's say I take the first one, cos square theta minus sine square theta divided by cos square theta. Okay, then 1 minus, okay, cos square theta over cos square theta is a 1, then minus minus plus. Okay, then we have sine square theta over cos square theta. Okay, so can you see 1 minus 1 is a 0 already? Then sine square over cos square, as we know, sine over cos is tangent. Right, okay, and with the square means you have a tangent square theta. Okay, so we get the answer, okay, proven. Okay, then next one, for questions D. Okay, so for questions D, we have a square root of 1 minus cos square over cos square equals to tangent, right? Okay. So for this case, right, we want to prove that it is equals to a tangent. So we start from the left-hand side. And as I say just now, sine over cos is actually tangent, okay? So do we have anything to replace 1 minus cos square? Okay, we do have, right? Okay, remember we have a sine square x plus cos square x equals to 1. So 1 minus cos square, okay? If you shift cos square to the left, so it will be equals to sine square, right? So substitute 1 minus cos square as a sine square. So we get sine square over cos square. So sine over cos is tangent. So when we have a square, that means we have a tangent square. So tangent square, when you find the square root, is tangent theta. Proven. Okay? Okay, next one. So next one is 1 plus cotangent square plus 1 minus cotangent x equals to 2 cosecant square x. Okay, again, we start from the left-hand side. Okay, since inside the bracket we have cotangent, okay, students, for your information, now I demonstrate my solution, okay? But I believe some of you already done the questions, you got the answer. So you found that maybe your solution is different with my solution. So, but may still, as long as the identities you use is correct, the method is correct. So your solution should be correct also, okay? Okay, so when I look at inside the bracket, so I think nothing can be replaced. Because we don't have identities can replace cotangent because your cotangent in the bracket is a power 1. So what I'm doing here, I'm actually expand it. So expand the first bracket. I got 1 plus 2 cotangent x plus cotangent square x. Okay, so this is for the first one. Then expanding the second one, I have 1 square that means is a 1. Okay, then minus 2 cotangent x plus cotangent square x. Okay, then I try to simplify it. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is a 2. 2 cotangent x minus 2 cotangent x, no more. Then I have cotangent square plus 2 cotangent square x. Okay, however, I have a cosecant square x here. Okay, so can you, now, let's have a look here. The second identity is, so 1 plus cotangent x is actually equals to cosecant square. And can you see we have 2, right? So 2 is a common factor. I can factorize it and become 2 times 1 plus cotangent square. And 1 plus cotangent square, we can replace it as cosecant. So it becomes 2 cosecant square x. Okay, so we managed to get the answer, proven. Okay, is there any questions so far? Then I would like to discuss some things about your quiz, your test one. Is there any question so far? Basically, we have done, okay, except the revision part. Okay, no question, huh? Okay, so if you still have a question, you can put in the chat box. Then I will continue with the discussion. You went to the long way. That's why, as I say, sometimes the same questions, some students, they can use 3 steps to solve it. So some may use 5 steps. Doesn't matter, okay? Just have a quick run through on. Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, Samuel, you are almost reached to your first 2 steps is same with mine. But unfortunately, you didn't realize that 1 plus cotangent square can replace as a cosecant square. Then, yeah. So but anyway, if let's say you're showing this, if you are showing this, you will still get the marks. Okay. Okay, so thanks for the sharing from Samuel. Okay, now, remember, let's finalize on the test next week, okay, the date and the time. So my new timetable, my new classes already published. So next week I have 10 hours of classes, new classes. So due to the new classes, I think I need to, because previously I say Friday, right? Okay, can I, because of the new classes, there are some difficulty. So can I schedule it on Monday instead of Friday? That means next week, 31st is a holiday. I would like to have the test on 30th. Can I have a test on 30th? That means I'm still seeing you for classes like 4:30 to 2:30 to 4:30. So after my class, then after my class, after 15 minutes, okay, then you can start your test, okay? So actually on 30th, I also have a class until 6:30, but your submission, if let's say start from 4:45, your submission have to be by 6:45. So in case you have any issue on the submission, 6:30, you can still contact me, okay? So because on Friday, I may not be available, you know, after when you finish your test, I may not be available. And I already checked on 31st is holiday, and other day you have classes until 6 something. So I don't think, if let's say we start after 6 something, it will be quite late already. Not late for students in the foreign country, but late for students in local, okay? Local students. So is that okay if I fix the test one? Basically, test one on next Monday, 30th August, Monday, okay? 4:45 for answering, 4:45 to 6:15. 6:15. Okay, I put it in the chat box. Okay, I just posted it in the chat box. Later, I will announce it in the team. Normally, after finalize, right? In the general channel, I will put the announcement. Okay, so you can see how I do the announcement. So every time when the assessment is confirmed, then I will just put an announcement in the team. So this is what I did for other team, right? Okay. So hopefully no more changes, okay? Because next week is the assessment already. Okay. So is that okay, students? Don't forget about this. I'm very worried. Okay. So it's good that Monday I still seeing you. I'm still having class with you until 4:30. So I will remind you again. Okay. So I have experienced students is actually what to say, forget about the assessment. And what happened when you forget? You get 0. Okay. So please take note, put it in your calendar. Okay. You don't have any other thing, right? Yes, the topic is trigonometry. Okay. Okay, if you're okay with the date and time, okay. So can I have students like my post? Because I want to know you are actually aware. I'm supposed to get 15 likes on the date and time. Okay, because I want to know students are aware. How about another 5 students? 12 already. 3 more students. Muhammad Saad, do you agree? Yes, huh? Two more students. I wonder whether the student is here. Next time I have to tell you to raise your hand. so I know who is not raising the hand. Yes, the topic cover is trigonometry. Okay, now let me update you about the format. Okay, format. I put it in the chat box. I will put it in the announcement again. Format of test 1. Okay, so there are 4 questions. Okay, hold on. So 50 marks, the total marks. Okay, so 1.5 hours for answering time. Additional 30 minutes that are given is for you to compile the file and submit. Okay, then question 1, 10 marks. Question 2, also 10 marks. Question 3, 15 marks. Question 4, 15 marks. So all compulsory question. Okay. So this is a format. Okay, I put it in the chat box. Okay. So trigonometric. Okay, only. Okay. So they are all structured questions, no multiple choice question. Okay. Is that clear? About the format?
Yeah, miss.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes.
Would you include the formulas?
Yep. Okay. If the questions require the identities, of course, I will provide the identities. But I will not give some things like, for example, tangent is equals to opposite over adjacent. These are the things I won't provide because this is a basic thing.
Yeah, not the basicness.
Yeah, don't worry. Those identities I will provide it, like sine square plus cos square, 1 plus cosecant square. All these things will be given. And then the formula, the sine rule, cosine rule, sine rule, cosine rule, and those formulas that required for your maybe the formula for area for the triangle. Okay, all these formulas will be provided in the test. Okay. Okay, is that okay? Okay, then one more thing. For the submission, there's only PDF file is allowed. Okay, so let me explain why only PDF file is allowed, okay, for the submission. So because last time you have done EMTS, I think you know how to take the photos. You just take the photos and then you just convert to the PDF file. Okay, for your information, if you go to open any browser, you just look for convert images to PDF. Okay. Then you can see many websites. You can convert it for free. Okay, so you just need to upload your images because when you take the photos from your handphone, you get those images, right? So as long as if you want to do this by using your laptop, then you just need to send your photo to your laptop and then you just convert the images to PDF file. Then you compile the file name. Your file name should be the name, your name, your TP number, and you have to put it as a test 1. Okay, so then you submit it. Okay, you submit it in PDF file. So you have to take note. Okay, then you can, some of the students, their handphone, they have apps. They can scan the images. Take the photo, then convert into PDF. How you're going to do it, I leave it to you. Okay, so because I also have some students, they copy the image and put it in the words file. Then from words file, they convert to PDF. So I say, when they ask me can or not, I say, doesn't matter how you're going to do it. As long as the final file is a PDF file, then it's fine. Okay, because this time I will put a setting in the Moodle, only accept PDF file. Okay, so if you submit other words file or images, right, Moodle won't take, you won't receive. Okay, you can't able to submit it. So when you can't able to submit, then you have to remind yourself to you submit the right file. So as I mentioned last time, because there's one time there's an issue, okay, and many of my students who submitted Words file, right, can't open in the PDF file. So far, I think I have more issue, okay, for those having the Words file, okay. And so far for my students who submitted PDF file, I have no issue to open the file in Moodle, okay. So because nowadays we are trying to do online marking, answer template, no, okay. I know that for EMTS last time, you may have a Words document to put your images, no need, okay. I want to make it simple for you, okay. As long as you just convert all the images to PDF file, then you submit as one file. So let's say you take 2 photos, you compile as one PDF file. I saw some students, they have 2 photos, they compile to 2 PDF files. It's supposed to be one PDF file. Then will be easier for our marking. Okay. Then I will open in the Moodle. And for your information, when you do the submission in the Moodle, right, before the time due, actually you can do resubmission. But when you want to do resubmission, you have to remember to remove the earlier file. If you don't remove the earlier file, let's say you submit something's wrong, okay? If you don't remove the earlier file, right, when you submit the second one, when I open in the Moodle, I found that it will combine all together. So for example, you have 5 images from first file, another 10 images from second file, then all together when I open, I see 15 pages. Some things like that, okay? So then make sure you arrange it according to the sequence, okay? So that will be easier for me to mark. Okay, so make sure you arrange according to the right sequence, okay? So you don't need any template. Okay, so I leave it to you how you're going to do it. Okay, as long as you submit PDF file. And once you compile it, you have to make sure it can open. Some students say I already convert, but after that, when I try to open, cannot open. So make sure your file is okay, then you only submit. Okay, now, so for me, okay, I would like to schedule a mock test. Okay, so your real test is next week, but this week, Wednesday, I plan to schedule a mock test. Okay, so this mock test will not carry any marks. So this is the one that I want to discuss with you when we are going to have a mock test. So for mock test, I will give you another set of the question that I never discussed with you. Okay, but mock test, right, I'm not going to do marking. The main purpose I'm giving you the mock test is for you to practice on the submission. So for the mock test, I will give exactly the same instruction as I'm going to give you. So you follow the instruction. Normally, when I put the instruction for your test, right, I'm going to let the instruction show it in your Moodle. So before the test start, you can actually read the instruction. Then make sure when you do the submission, you follow exactly the instruction. Okay, so I think maybe I will, once I actually get your agree with the time for the mock test, maybe today I'll try to schedule the mock test in the Moodle. So maybe tomorrow when I meet you again, then I'll explain the instruction. Okay, so now when is the mock test? Can I have it on, since next week is your test already on Monday, so I would like to schedule on Wednesday, okay? So I check your timetable. So Wednesday you have class on 4 something, right? So I plan to schedule a mock test in Moodle, which is on this Wednesday. Okay, so it's good for you to practice the question, practice the submission. 25th August, Wednesday, 1:30. Okay, so you can try to do it like a test. So that means 1:30 to 3 o'clock is answering time. Then 3 o'clock to 3:30 for submission. Okay. In Moodle, is that okay? Okay, for this one, right? Okay. After 3:30, you can still submit. Let's say lah, okay. Let's say you are late, you can still submit. I will still allow you to submit, okay. But it was showing late. Okay, after 3:30, you can still submit. I think I will extend the cutoff time. I will extend, maybe extend until night time. So in case some of you are not available during this time for, since this is not during my class time. So let's say you're not available to do the mock test question, then you can still do it maybe later, okay? I will extend the cutoff time maybe until midnight, okay? But when you submit, it will showing late, okay? So just in case you try the question, you can't able to finish by 3, okay, or by 3:30. So please still try to submit it, because another reason I give the mock test is for students to practice the submission, okay? So just ensure next Monday your submission goes smoothly, and you also know how long you need to prepare the file and submit, okay? Because when come to the real test, after 2 hours the submission is closed, okay? So after 2 hours, I don't accept the submission, okay? So when come to the real test, okay, so you have to take it serious, okay? So can I have students to raise your hand if you're aware about the mock test? Is that okay? I already checked your timetable. Can I have students raise your hand about the mock test? It's a good practice, since this is your first assessment. Okay, so Benny, are you okay with the mock test? Benny, yes. Benny? Benny? David?
Yes, miss.
Yes, Benny. David, I think David, you miss a lot of things. You need to go through the recording. Okay, you need to go through the recording. Okay, but trigonometry part of it you learn in high school. Okay, okay. So I have 15 students raise their hand. Okay, thank you. Put your hands down. Then someone say something. The mock test will be easier than Monday test. To be frank, the mock test is actually taken from the past assessment. So the standard should be almost the same. The standard is the same. Okay? But maybe the format is slightly different, but the total mark is still 50 marks, okay? So I will compile the questions, but I'm not showing the marks. But after the, as I say, mock test, I'm not going to mark. But after you submit, when I see all students submit, then in the Moodle, I will share the solution, okay? So that means you can actually check your own solution with the solution I post in the Moodle. Okay, then you know whether you did it right or not, okay? That will be sounds good to you? Okay, any other question? You can put your hands down already. Okay, so mock test finalized already. Okay. Okay, so then I think, yeah, okay, so it's almost 4:30 already. Then tomorrow, okay, we haven't done another revision. So tomorrow I will do a revision with you for trigonometry. Okay, for today, we already done the questions, right? 21 and 24. Please post your work done today in the folder. Okay, because last week, I don't see much submission. Okay, And for today, you can see I already put 2 folders. Please upload today's solutions into folder for 23rd August. Okay. Then for tomorrow, we will do the revision. Then you'll upload your revision solutions here. Okay, so tomorrow I'll give you another set of the questions for trigonometry. Then you can practice and discuss it. Okay. Okay. So any questions before I dismiss the class?
No question, Miss.
Okay. Thanks. Then I think that's all for. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Then I think that's all for today. Okay. Tomorrow we'll go through some revision questions. If you have time, we are going to start our new topic, which is the second topic about metrics. Okay. Okay. Metrics will be in the second test. Okay. Then I think that's all for today. Okay. Bye, students.
Thank you, Miss. Bye-bye.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Miss. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Miss. Bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss. Bye-bye.
Bye.